It's the night before Tennessee basketball begins its run in the SEC tournament as it looks to repeat as conference champions. Our sports team is in Nashville to catch all the action and get us ready for Thursday.
Thanks, Paige. And yes, the defending SEC tournament champs begin their run at this year's event tomorrow afternoon. And Zach, they're going to do so coming off a poor performance, especially in that second half against the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, you know, I think the kind of the shock of the Zakai Ziegler loss kind of wore off after the Arkansas game. This was the first full game where Tennessee had to suit up knowing he was not going to be available. But, you know, this team has dealt with injury all year long. You look at Julian Phillips, you look at Josiah Jordan-James. They've been without them for stretches of games. Can they put it together for another couple games here? That's what March is for. Yeah,
those guys had a chance to practice twice today, once over at Tennessee State University, then they came over here to Bridgestone Arena for one final shoot-around before tomorrow afternoon's second-round game. Had a chance to talk to assistant coach Greg Polinsky about the veteran leadership on this team and how they can help carry this squad through another successful tournament run.
Yeah, I think our guys realize that. I mean, we have a mature group. We have older guys. We know it wasn't our finest hour. I mean, we're very honest, and you know Coach Barnes is a truth teller. We have guys on our team that are truth tellers. Maybe a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of an emotional hangover, but in reality, we also know we have enough guys standing in that room that we can be successful.
Well, Zach, both you and I were at Amalie Arena in Tampa last year. What an incredible run. Tennessee all the way through before beating, of course, Texas A&M in the final. And they did so in all those games with Zakai Ziegler, a guy, again, they won't have this weekend.
Yeah, and makes it even tougher. You look back to last year, Tennessee had won, I think, 12 of the last 13 SEC games. You know, after losing up there at Rupp, they just rattled off win after win last year, and that's just not the case this year. This team's just kind of stumbled here and there, especially on the road. And of course, this game in a neutral site, technically, there should be a lot of orange here in this arena, but definitely not a home game for Tennessee.
And Zakai talked to us earlier today about what the team needs to do this time around to make sure that they get the same kind of outcome as last year.
Well, I would say that from last year, we were all locked in from one game to the next game to the next game. We never looked back at all our past games and said, oh, we played bad and we did this or that. But we just more so looked forward and said, all right, we won this game. That game's in the past. Now we got to move on to the next, because the next game is always going to be the most important game.
Rick, earlier I mentioned missing Julian Phillips and Josiah Jordan-James for stretches here this season. Of course, they're going to be without Zakai Ziegler the rest of the way, but Josiah really during that stretch acted almost as a player coach on the end of the bench, really giving his guys support and giving coaches a lot of feedback during games.
There's no question he's going to bring a lot of positive energy as they try to indeed make a tournament run. And if they're going to do so, who will it start against tomorrow? With the answer to that question, we send it back to Paige Dower in Knoxville. Paige?